Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome back to more adventures in American Truck Simulator. It has been a while. We've got a school bus on the back of our brand new truck. It's the International 9900i, and I spiffed it up and then restored it to pristine condition because you can only buy these used. So we had to buy it used, and then I did a complete restoration of it. It was something like $270,000. And now it's basically a brand new truck. We've got the Ram paint job on it. And we are, if we look at it, let's get in the truck and let's get going here. We've got things to do and places to be. Got the shifter going here. We've got to head out, and we have I believe it's, I want to say, what is it, a 7-hour drive in front of us with this school bus. We are now over in western Arkansas, taking it up into Kansas. So we'll have a nice drive. It's early in the morning here on Thursday morning, game time. The shifter going, and it has been a while, as you may have noticed. We'll talk about that as we get out here on the road. I've got kind of a lot of things we can talk about as we go forward, but looking forward to getting back into the truck and then seeing how we do here. Although I will say this has been the longest break I've had in American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator in probably, or no, it's been the longest break I've had since I started doing this, which was like 3-4 years ago. So I'll talk a little bit about that, but I think we can get ahead of this truck here. The truck should slow down for us. Okay. And we are on the road. So we'll get out on the highway here momentarily. Looks like we just take a quick right turn here to get out on the highway. And then we'll chat a little bit. So lots of things to talk about. Right here, right? Yeah. Read this yellow light. Nice. Still got a perfect delivery. And we are on our way. Just a little bit out on the highway here now. Let's just take a quick look at the map. We've just slid over into Oklahoma here, and we're going to be cutting across Oklahoma to the west, and then straight up north through Wichita, and then up here to Salina, Kansas, where we will drop off our school bus. Altogether, about a 7-hour journey, and I don't know if there's anything on the way that we haven't seen yet, we need to pick up or anything. It doesn't look like it. There's no scenic viewpoints in there, but should be a fun drive. Mostly looks like highway driving. I've got it in cruise control now, hitting 65 miles an hour, just settling into a nice, gentle drive to ease me back into the American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 world. It does feel good to be back. About an hour into the drive right now, and this international truck is so quiet compared to the Mac we just had. It's almost, it's like almost like I wonder if the game sound is just dull, but it feels like it's normal when I put my head out the window. It's noisy, but inside the truck here, it's just so much quieter than that Mac Pinnacle. I'm curious. So I was looking to buy this truck, and I went to the dealers, and I couldn't see it. So I was kind of curious. So I Googled it, and then of course it said that the International 9900i is only available as a used truck, not available in the dealers. And I'm not quite sure why that would be, but it was cool to go get one and find one. I think we had $600,000, and I needed space in a garage, so that cost $100,000. The truck was $70,000, and then adjusting it to pristine condition was $2,700. And then I added like another $100,000 to upgrade the horsepower and all the trains. So I think I spent $500,000 to get this truck in the game, including the garage space and stuff. So not a cheap truck here as we head over this water resort here on the left here, or playground with some sailboats out there. It does feel good to be back in the game. Let's talk a little bit about that. So apologize for the disappearance for about a month. After I think it was the winter events and things, and then kind of coming into it and finishing up the Greek event in time, felt like a lot of those I was trying to finish them up and rushing to finish them up to complete it, and it started to just, for whatever reason, I just lost the magic. I could feel myself when I was coming back into the game after the Greek event. It was like, nah, this just feels like I have to do it rather than I want to do it. And I realized I was kind of just burning out on the game, I think, for playing a lot through the Christmas break, the holiday break, and then the Greek break. I just didn't have it. It just felt like I need to step away for a little while and make it fresh again. And it's the first time I felt that in 3 years of consistently playing the game. I mean, there's been times where I've taken like a couple weeks off or life got busy and stuff like that. But this was the first time where I just kind of sat down and said, yeah, I'm just feeling like this is more like work than it is something. Oops, what's going on here? Where you stopped? Accident? Yeah, okay. Let's get the right gear here. Let's go there. Causing us problems there. But anyway, so I just said I'm just going to take a month, clean out my brain, just let the game reset and stuff like that, and then come back to it and see how things feel. And coming back to it today, it's like, yeah, okay, now I can feel it again. It's like, this is the way it usually feels. I think it's probably just a matter of just playing too much in too short of a time. And just there was also a lot of other things going on in terms of life and work and stress and stuff like that too. So it just didn't quite feel right. Going forward, though, I hope to be more consistent with episodes. I do want to, with the sake of kind of balancing things, I think, though, that one of the things I'm hoping to do to get the gear shifting right here. There we go. That's not the right gear for this, but it'll get there eventually. One of the things I do want to do is I want to add another simulation game to this channel. So I've got trucking and then something else. And I think I might try the new Farming Simulator 2025 to add a new save on that. It sounds like the game's come along and it's in good shape. So I might do that coming up soon and alternate trucking episodes with that to balance things out a little bit. But if you have ideas on other simulation games to put in, I would be curious to hear what you might think. And it looks like we can stop the windshield wipers here now, as the weather has gotten a lot better here. Beautiful day as we cut across Oklahoma with our bus. Oh, it looks funny. It looks like we're driving backwards here. So, yeah, making good time now. We've got about 5 hours left. We'll check in a little bit. Approaching the halfway mark here now on the journey, and this is about... This is, for being away from the game for about a month, this is probably one of the best drives to come back to the game with, because it's been like this. I mean, just looking at the highway here, almost no traffic. I mean, occasionally a car will go by us and stuff like that. Straight highway driving, perfect weather, daytime. I've just got it in cruise control, and I've just been sitting here and looking around and stuff like that. So, despite being away from the game for a while here, so far, knock on wood, we've got the elusive perfect delivery going here, with about half of the journey done. So going forward in Truck Simulator, the question is what to do next. I was looking in terms of new features. It looks like 1.54 is in beta now on the horizon, and they are making upgrades to the driving academy. There's going to be like a proficiency rating and some more challenges to take on. So I'm looking forward to that. And I haven't done the driving academy yet with American Truck Simulator. I did the one with Euro Truck Simulator, but I haven't done it with American Truck Simulator. And I still have, in Euro Truck Simulator, the 2 final tests to pass. So that's something I want to make some episodes for, is doing the Academy with American Truck Simulator, trying out the new content when 1.454 comes out, and then finishing up the Euro Truck Simulator 2 final tests in the Driving Academy. I did them once. I did it once. I almost got all the way through and I failed. So it's not like I've been trying them and haven't been able to do them. But I made that one episode when it first came out, or the 2 episodes when it first came out, and just never quite finished up the tests there. So I tried it once and failed that first final test, and then didn't come back to it after that. So that's something to do. Then the question is, what about the Pro Mods saves and the American Truck Simulator Big World save? I want to get back into those. I have to try to figure out the map upgrades. And then also, once again, I have to kind of take a look to see what the timeline might be on version 1.54, because once the new version comes up, it tends to break all of the maps. So I'm not sure I really want to spend a ton of time. This past month, unfortunately, would have been a great month to do the Pro Mod save and the Big World save, because the game was stable and they weren't updating it. So I've got to take a look at that and see what I think like the timeline looks for 1.54, because if it's going to come out in a couple weeks, it doesn't make sense to spend like 2 or 3 hours upgrading all the maps and all the game, do 1 episode and then 1 or 2 episodes, and then it would change over. So I kind of look at that and see about that. But I do want to get back to both the Pro Mods, Euro Truck Simulator 2 Pro Mod save. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it basically added Pro Mods and a bunch of other maps to the European game to explore well beyond the base game's map configuration. And likewise with the American Truck Simulator, we have Big World, where it added Mexico, the whole east coast of America, Canada Pro Mods, and the Alaska mod, which we were gifted a review copy for. And I think when we last left off that, it's been a number, I bet it's been like 8 months, right? It's been a long time since I was back in the Big World one. To my defense, there was a time there too where it was like an event and then a mod release, pull in for inspection. Okay, a mod release, not a mod release, but a DLC would come up, and then the new version was out and new features in the Driving Academy. So that is what you're looking for. I'm looking for is like a gap where there's like a month like we just had, where you can kind of really go in and just kind of explore the map world without having to worry about the game getting updated and things. Where do we go? Left here, I assume?
Reroute.
Is it this way? Yeah, looks pretty good. So we'll get the truck weight here. But anyway, long story short there, to kind of to take the idea here of, okay, what's coming up here. I'm not quite sure, but there will be. Your vehicle is not in perfect technical state. What? What do you mean? It's totally pristine condition here. What are they talking about? You're crazy. What could be wrong with it? How would I see that? Is it somewhere here? Cancel cover job. No. Damage. Vehicle services and adjustments. No, that's not it. Our truck's in perfect condition. What are they talking about? Crazy stuff. It's a brand new truck. Well, used truck. Did we get a lemon? Maybe they sold us a really bad truck. But we got a banner truck and we restored it to pristine condition and put a bunch of upgrades on it. How could it not be in perfect technical condition? If anybody knows what that means, I'm kind of curious about that because it doesn't seem to make very much sense considering literally I just bought this truck 20 minutes ago, upgraded it to this perfect, and then completely restored it too. Anyway, neither here nor there. Well, let's check in. We got about an hour or so left. Something happened. And this is a little bit of a problem. We'll go this way, I think. This way. And we're by. No problems. What there? Stopped there. Was there an accident there? I just saw the fire truck and 2 police cars, but didn't see anything else. Oh, this must be it down here. Okay, so the fun isn't over yet. Is a helicopter on the road? Go right or left? Looks like we're going to go right here. We got plenty of room on the right side to slide by. I hope. All goes well. Yep, we got the chopper out here. Accident that way. And no worries. We'll keep left. Good. Disaster averted. So about an hour left. I think I figured out why this truck is so quiet. The volume on the game was down. My volume on my earphones were down really low. So I turned it up, but now I can hear the truck much better. So I was thinking, wow, why is this truck so quiet? But actually, I think it was just my volume on the computer that was quiet. So problem fixed. Now I feel like it's funny, when the sound is so quiet, it didn't quite feel as real as when the engine sounds are really alive and up to date and in full volume there. So now I feel like I'm in a truck and it's a little bit more like I'm here too. Speaking of which, I know a number of people over the past few months, over the past year or so, have mentioned I should check out some of the sound mods for engines for trucks and stuff like that. I think that would be a fun thing to do coming up. But to go back to that original point, what's coming up in terms of American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator on the channel? Not quite sure yet. I gotta check to see when the new version's coming out. Also want to get a rough idea when the new DLC will be out, because I think Louisiana, is that right, is next? And that should be coming out relatively soon, maybe? Maybe March this month or so? Who knows? But if you know anything on future updates, I've got to check too after this. I'll kind of look through their news. And the one thing that I did see was that Driving Academy thing. But if you know about some changes to the game that's coming, that would be cool. Updates would be cool to know about too. And I'll do some research too. So about a half an hour left. Let's check in as we get closer to our final destination. Still so far, perfect delivery, no problems, despite the roadblocks and the accidents. 10 minutes to go here as we get off at Salina. Curious to see how we back up here. This could be an adventure. It's always the thing I feel like gets rusty the fastest with the game is the backing up. It just doesn't quite feel like it's ever quite comfortable when I'm away from the game for a while. Whoops. Did I go over that white line? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's try it. The other thing I decided I want to try is I always want to try this right on red to see. Oops, gotta get the right gear. I'm gonna get a fine there because I rolled it. No. Cool. Nice. Grinding the gears, but didn't roll the stop. I didn't get the red light violation. Nice. The shifter, oddly enough, is feeling more natural. Like I'm grinding gears left. I'm not quite sure why that would be the case when you go away from the game, but it feels more like part of the game. Like it always felt, I still was feeling clunky before, but now it feels more like, I'm gonna go left here, right? Yeah. Now it just feels more like the way I drive. Not that I'm still kind of grinding gears, but not as much as I was before. And I haven't yet quite figured out the speed, getting that fast transitions to get this truck up to speed quickly. But I also like the 18 gear. This is an 18 gear truck. I like that better, I think, than having less gears, even though it's a little bit busier sometimes with the stick shift. But Yeah, so that's going pretty well. A couple minutes to go, and I hope everybody's been well with been able to play games and enjoy the spring here. We've got some beautiful weather out here now as spring is settling in. I suppose it's not spring everywhere in the world, of course. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're going the other direction, heading towards the colder weather. But I hope people are having fun and anything new. If people are playing games, I'd be curious to hear what you're playing and how your American Truck Simulator and your Truck Simulator adventures are going. And let's see what we've got for parking here. Well, that's an easy answer. Definitely a 90. Oh, okay. On the other side. So I think our challenge here is to pull around the building, somehow line it up, and then back it around that obstacle and get it in. This could be a good one for not having driven for a while here. See how this goes. Not quite sure of our capacity to bend a U-turn here, but we'll get over there and we'll check it out. All right, so there's our spot off on the just to the left of the truck here. I think we have enough room to bend a U-turn here and pull it right in. So that's going to be the approach, is try to do a big loop here. Try to cut close to this trailer. Loop it over here. And then hopefully line it up pretty good to just drop it in. Let's get our other mirror up here. Can we make that U-turn? Yeah, U-turn completed. So now we just got to get the truck straight, the trailer straight. We should be relatively lined up to drop it right in. So how's that look? Yeah, that's not too bad. I got to tip it a little bit the other way, but this could be fun. Haven't backed up for so long. All right. And oh, that wasn't too bad for a not having driven for about a month. I mean, that wasn't a really hard 90, and we are definitely not straight in the parking spot there. But they did give it to us. Let's get our money here. See where we are. We're level 31, I think. I don't know how close we are to anything else, but let's get our results right now. Still rank 6. Oh, yeah, we got a long way to go to level 32. Anyway, back in the game. If you have suggestions on things we should do and places we should check out or information about updates to the game, be curious to hear how your games are going as well. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.